Some teams are going to be 0-2 in just under a week's time. More specifically, get this. The Broncos, the Panthers, the Warriors, the Bunnies, and the Knights. At least one of those teams is going to go in as 0-2. Is it time to worry for those teams?
2 games, no way. You saw the Panthers start slow last year. We saw the Cowboys lose 3 in a row the year that they won the competition. Cronulla started slow the year that they won the competition. Melbourne never starts slow. It's sort of like round 5 is when you start to get on your radar. If you're like 1-4, that's when you got to panic. You don't panic after 2 weeks, and especially like South. Like, fair enough, Souths were. I thought they were going to beat Manly by 12. I thought it was going to be the reverse scoreline, right? And then they play Brisbane away, so that's nothing to worry about. If they lost to Manly and then went and lost to the Bulldogs, maybe that's something to worry about. But if they come away from Brisbane 0-2 with a negative for and against of like with a for and against of like negative 20. You can make that up when you go and spank someone like the Titans in a couple of weeks. So
that is completely fair, and I hear where you're coming from. But the Bunnies, if they start 0-2, they have to play the Roosters. Now that little Vegas mini tournament is really going to skew. There's a very good chance the Bunnies start 0-3, which against probably 75% of the other teams, I don't think they do. So I think that's going to skew, and I'd be shocked if any fan came out and said, "Oh, good, we're 0-3," but I certainly wouldn't be worried because of the strength of opposition. You hit the nail on the head there. If you start losing to the teams that you expect to beat, then it's panic stations. But no team in the world wants to start 0-2, let alone 0-3. The Warriors face a very, very hard couple of weeks. They got Melbourne, and then I think they got a tough home game next week. They're the sort of team, them and Newcastle, if they start slow, I would start going, ooh, was last year a fluke? But we saw both teams start very slowly last year to the point where we thought Newcastle were going to finish last. And the Warriors were nowhere near the 8. Both clicked in late. I certainly wouldn't worry, although South 0-3, few injuries on the horizon. Not so good.